last we left off, the party had defeated a servant of Vecna, defeated the creature that had consumed the second piece of the rod of 7 parts, and faced off against a blob of annihilation that the dead god Havok had turned into. A very tense battle where Octavia actually died, but was resurrected, took place.
I get better.
Yep. And with surprising success, the group actually defeated Havok, the blob of annihilation. In his final moments, however, it spoke and cursed out Echo, calling him Vecna. And Echo was given memories, continuing some that he had had before, revealing that he, himself, is Vecna, from a different world, from a different time. He is a shard of Vecna. But the party, including the crew of the ship that was stranded out in wild space, ended up here. And last we left off, I believe Echo was just openly screaming upon return.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was just like kind of a cry out of pain and then just kind of falling over onto his knees, just kind of. Huddled.
And all of you, when that memory hit Echo, it hit all of you as well.
What?
Hmm.
How dare you? This is a I think that's against what, HIPAA?
No.
HIPAA.
But the Wizards 4 look at you, and Mordenkainen has his arms crossed. Well, I think we found a candidate for the mole. Tasha just flicks him. Ah!
Shut up.
He was
Blanche is
cleared with
going
the
to-
magic. It's not
Blanche
him.
is going to stand up and start walking purposefully towards Mordenkainen.
As
grab
if
at the
enjoying
scruff.
this.
Grab at the scruff. No.
Yep. Octavia, you grab Blanche before he can get any further, and so he's like right next to you now, hanging off the ledge.
Perhaps,
Tail.
Mordenkainen, if you're so smart and wise, maybe you would know it's not the best idea to try and goad someone going through shit.
Isn't that what you're doing right now? With a all-too
Oh,
important
I'm so-
speech?
Oh, I'm so sorry. What could the great Mordenkainen possibly be going through that the rest of the people in our midst aren't?
Perspective, boy. We have been working just as hard as you have. We brought you here. You all weakened us with being summoned by the wish. If we could do more, we would. But you are supposed to be our options, yet you fight and bicker amongst yourselves.
Perhaps you should find something better to do than to try to cause problems with those summoned by a wish. We're doing your bidding, just as you said. Perhaps you would find better use of your time continuing to figure out whatever it is you need to figure out.
He just scruffs his chin, beard. Well, like I said, I think the wish was a mistake. I'll just walk off. Ignore him. Anyways,
I wish I could.
welcome back, all of you. You're going to need
So are
some
you all-
time to rest, I'm assuming.
Echo, are you okay? I need
need
some
to
time
be
alone
alone.
again.
Yes.
Very well. My door is always open.
As is mine. Stay safe.
You walk
Echo
down the
just
steps.
nods and
Sweet Roll just
Echo-
waddles behind you.
yeah, Echo kind of pats Sweet Roll on the head. Because God, this little thing has become such an emotional support animal. I don't know how to feel about that.
Mordenkainen's just looking at you as you pass him.
Octavia does that little like pointing her fingers at her eyes and pointing back at him like I'm watching you kind of thing.
Just shrugs, smiling.
Oh, I love.
You make me want to kill him so bad.
Oh, I want to kill him so bad.
Literally everyone is on the Mordenkainen Echo Protection Squad.
I know. I was like, oh, everyone
walks-
just literally went in
he
front of
walks
Echo
by,
and like,
and he produces
our
from
boy.
his robe an apple, and he just starts eating it as he walks away.
Oh, I hate him. I hate him so
I-
much.
no, that's not gonna. I'm not just being very bad. I'm very sorry, but like I can't. When he walks by, the hammer like flies by his fucking head and crashes into the wall.
Ooh, spicy.
Yep, it goes right.
Laz,
Go ahead and roll an attack, actually. You know? It's actually a good point.
Ew. The thing when it's
27?
squishy.
You throw it at him, and with one hand, he just catches the piece. And you see hissing at his hands, and he just, like from the heat of it and the radiant energy, and he just drops it to the ground.
Did he use magic for that?
Not that you,
That was physical power?
as much as you're not sure, really. That could be
Okay.
a mix of both. You could try. He's just going back to his
Yeah,
little
can I-
space.
What am I
Okay.
rolling?
Arcana.
Get a
Does
nat
this have
20.
anything to do with Fae, Fiends, or Undead?
No.
Okay. Oh, that's a 15 game. Not game. Beyond, that's not a 15. I don't want to hear that bullshit. That's not a 2. Whatever.
Hard to tell. There's magics that can absorb impact and make things lightweight.
Hmm.
But yeah, he goes back to his little space, eating his apple. He's back to reading more papers.
How are the other wizards looking at him? I know I'm not there, but I figured I'd just ask.
Sure.
out of
They're
curiosity.
like looking at him while he's like showing off. Basically, they're like, "Why are you doing that? Why are you enabling?"
They're like, can you just not for one like day?
You know to report in later, Laz.
Yeah. Voice in my head.
speaking of,
Where am I going? What is it?
I'm just moving you guys down off the teleportation pedestal
yeah, yeah.
because I'm gonna start sorting
Um,
things out.
Blanche is going to go over to Laz, put a hand on his shoulder, and just sort of hold him there for a moment and just say, "What on earth came over you during that fight? Why would you charge into that like an idiot? What was that? You're not
Not like-
stupid, Laz. What was that?"
Me just smiling over the tea. Did I do this?
It's not like I wanted to.
Blanche, with his free hand, sort of pinches the bridge of his nose. Then why do it?
You hear a voice in your head, Blanche. I'm sure you know all too well how it can be when something else is in your head.
Oh, shut up! He just sort of turns his head behind him and shouts.
Let's just say I'm a bit too good at what I do, and I'm suffering consequences.
I seem to have a little bit of an insight. Sort of scoffs. I've been working on a new spell. Meet me at my room tonight. We'll see if we can get whatever is going on with you under control.
Oof. About that.
I will certainly try.
If you don't
Illustrial.
show,
Oh, go ahead.
if you don't show up at my room by 9 p.m., I will be coming to get you myself.
My God, he's gonna fuck you. Watch out.
By all
Damn.
means.
Dang! I'll just jump right to it. Wow.
I mean, any window was there. We didn't need. We didn't need to click it.
Yeah.
Illustrial's gonna look at you all. Get some rest, and she looks to the crew of the Lambent Zenith. We'll figure this out. Where's Vincent? Oh, Vincent! He walked up to Davros. Are you muted?
Yeah, I was wondering if there was anything else.
Davros
Yeah,
is just
there
kind of
is.
taking it in right now. Huh. Well, it's good to see that Redbud's taken well. Redbud has rooted himself in the garden.
Aw.
Gavarus and his stringy wingy hair.
Luscious locks.
We'll get back to you in the morning, all of you. We owe you quite a bit. Get some rest. That was not an easy fight.
It wasn't, but we were working together,
Hmm.
so that's what made it easier.
Indeed. Just nods to you. And is gonna go ahead and just sit down where he is and go into a trance. Cass is like, I really like that little bird man. I wonder if we could be friends. Through his collar. Oh, my edgy children.
Our angsty little group.
Yeah.
We're fine.
The fuck
Welcome
ups.
to Eeyore. Are you having a good time? Yes, you won't be for long.
We gotta figure out
I've
your
never
group
been an
name
edgy
soon.
character in my life.
You having a good time? Just wait.
Oh, I dropped one in the thing.
Which one was it again? It's been a while.
Evokers.
Ooh, okay.
Oh yeah, that one goes hard. I like that one.
I think that goes hard. Damn. God damn. Quit that aura. Calm down.
Oh, that was the loose ideas. Oh,
I got it. Yeah.
figured yeah.
Did we talk about Vanguard or somebody else?
Vanguard was another. No, Vanguard was for first contact.
That's right. Thank you.
That's
No,
right,
Vocus
yeah.
is good. I'm cool with that.
Alright, one
Blanche is
second.
going to wait silently in his room until 9 p.m.
We'll get there, hold on. We're not even there yet.
He's just sitting straight up in his bed, furiously writing notes.
Candles, like a fancy bathrobe waiting on in the armoire chair.
Just writing notes like the robot from iRobot.
We watched a video about that recently. It was really
We
fun.
did. That's why it's in my head.
I did not kill him.
I
I'm trying-
did not murder him.
I love that movie.
And then
Maybe-
Coy was like, and then I was like, yeah, and I was like, yeah, Rob was voiced by Alan Tudyk, and Coy was like, damn it, that's why I fought him hot.
Alan Tudyk range. I can't even.
Well, Coy really likes him as Dr. Phosphorus, so it was all downhill.
Look, okay. All I'm gonna say is Alan Tudyk and Claudia Black voice people, and I swoon.
We know.
Valid, so fucking valid.
Thank you.
All right, back to the Starscape, kids. We'll go over Laz first.
Oh, all right. We don't have to.
No, I think we should.
Guys have a break.
Yes, DM.
Laz,
And
it's
why
your
aren't you in
trauma.
uniform?
Yes, DM.
Listen. I'm trying to live my life here. But the voices,
You did this to yourself, bucko.
I didn't. I really didn't.
You did, so.
No.
I think Johnny's still reeling from the nun pizza with left beef.
Yeah.
I tried to block it out of my memory.
It has a generational impact. It really does.
Nun pizza, but it's in with left beef.
I pray the
It's
Lord
just
Hexus
pizza
to
shaped
save
like
me.
a nun.
Hold on.
Ah, shit.
You make your way
Fuck
down
this guy.
and into Mordenkainen's room, and he's at his desk once more, reading, and seeming to take down some notes. And as you arrive, he closes the book. I was wondering when you would show up.
Yeah, well, here I am.
Well, do you have it?
I do.
Holds out his hand.
He'll, God, he doesn't want to do, but he kind of has to.
Don't touch him.
Laz, will reach into his bag or wherever the hell he's keeping it and
Yeah.
hand it over to him, and he'll just say, you know, are you trying to make everyone hate you out of curiosity?
It's better to keep people at a distance than let them in. If that means they hate me, then what of it? Powerful
You don't
people
have a
have
lot of
tried to
friends,
slight
do you?
me. That I do not.
Yeah, I can tell.
Co-workers is more apt. As is this relationship, purely transactional.
Mm-hmm. Just like this thing, and he points at his head.
What do you mean?
He's talking about the voices.
The boy says.
I know not what you speak of.
Can I insight check that, DM?
Yeah, sure.
Do we get advantage because we're in Texas?
Uh-huh.
Thingy.
Uh-huh. I'm really
Give
good
me
at
that.
this.
Who's getting at 20? I'm begging you to roll.
25.
highest as possible.
Oh, well, roll again. You have advantage. And you're using your Beyond sheet, right? Because we did update that.
Yes, I'm using the Beyond sheet.
Right, go roll it one more time. See if you get anything. 22? 25? 25? Yeah, you believe him.
Oh. Interesting.
Seems to be telling the truth. He has no reason to lie to you.
Wait, what? He just says out loud.
You're hearing voices in your head? That's not good.
Can... Okay,
Okay. well-
Laz is gonna try... Wait, that's crazy. What? Hold on. You just blew my freaking mind, buddy. So you, like, didn't stab me?
What are you talking about?
Your sword.
He doesn't have a sword.
It was in his bag.
What are you talking about?
Right. Oh.
Because remember, he just holds a
Laz
staff
is gonna
that looks
try-
like a short hand and a long hand of a clock.
Laz is gonna try and tell Mordenkainen that something controlled him.
Okay.
Does it?
Yeah.
Can he say it?
You can.
There's something inside of me that's controlling me.
When did it start acting up?
After I went through your room.
I was wondering who pried. I knew that Tasha's room was pilfered, but you went through mine as well.
Yeah, I did. I was gonna go through everyone's, but unfortunately I got caught.
1 second.
I mean, at least you're up front.
Honesty? What?
Well, I cannot blame you. You're an inquisitive mind, and you're merely looking for the truth. But, you know, I'd prefer it if you don't go through my stuff. There are too many powerful spells on hand, gesturing to the book and the scrolls on his desk. And messing with those could lead to very dangerous accidents. I suspect that this mole, or perhaps an entity connected to the mole, tried to stop you from prying any further, making the thing within you a sentient sort of symbiote. I've heard of these in my studies. I wonder that your ally, Blanche, the shadow within him, could have done such a thing, given he is not tangible.
No, that... Whatever it is, it's not magical. I had one of the other mages check it out.
But could they sense it? These parasites hail from shadow magics and dark places like dread domains. In my time in Ravenloft, I was befelled by dark forces. This could be originated from there. It's why it wouldn't pick up as magic. It's more so physical, tangible. A creature. It just taps your chest. Something that could be living within you and adapting to your organs. What's left of your biological matter. But you have given me what I asked for, and I believe I do have a solution to this problem.
Go on.
The best thing to do would be to get rid of the biological problem entirely. I think that would get rid of the parasite. I told you I was keeping my eyes and ears out, and I have my connections. We could make you into a full mechanical being. Still have your brain, but the creature is more embedded in your physical organs in your chest. You wouldn't have to worry about that anymore. I think it best
that's,
remove the possibility of being compromised. That, or control it yourself.
I appear to be controlling it right now. Before it kept me from talking. It made me do things. It wanted magic items from that blob thing.
Like the helm?
I don't know which one it wanted.
Hmm. The helm was one of my creations. I'm assuming it's one of many. I don't know where the one I made is, but that's clearly one from across the multiverse. And we can make that part of you as well. So, above board, Mordenkainen has the ability to now change you into a frame built. The race I sent you before.
Yeah.
So you'd
That's
go
not-
full
Yeah.
board. As he pulls out some new texts. When I was going through Sigil, I spoke with a few contacts, and they were able to direct me to some clockwork magic and a few other enhancements. I have had it transcripted into a spell. That way recovery won't be impossible or take as long as it would a mortal. Now my question to you, there are 2 versions of frame built that you could choose from at the moment. The first is frame 2 light. It is a lightweight frame built. They are more live and light. And they have the abilities of what do you call it? Acceleration. Each time you finish a long rest with unspent points of integration, which is part of your frame built properties, is you can integrate your magic items into your body. If you have any left over, you can use it to increase your movement speed by 10 feet for a minute. Increase your movement speed gain for your mode of movement feature, which is a frame built feature that you get as a lightweight, by 5 feet, or take the dash and disengage action as a bonus action. And roll a dexterity-based check or save with advantage. Then you would get mode of movement. Once per long rest, you can change out a foot speed of fly, slim, climb, or 0G acceleration. Or you could choose the frame built frame 1 Colossus. These are massive frame builts made as properties for guardians, soldiers, and construction workers. They have a better AC boost than the normal frame built. They also have heavy integration, which allows for bigger pieces of equipment to be added. And you can integrate 2-handed weapons as 1-handed weapons. Mm-hmm. So which one would you like?
Oh my god. So I can either be Adam Smash or a Genos?
Yep.
Is that what I'm hearing right now?
Basically.
That's so hard.
Man,
that's neat.
Blanche is just waiting in his room for Laz, and then just a robot steps through. Like,
No, wait, it's the fucking cyberpunk Edge Runners meme. No, no more implants. Turns into a fucking meat dispenser.
Oh my
Time
god.
to chrome up.
Uh-huh.
Oh god.
Oh god.
That's so hard.
Mm-hmm. I can also show you what each one looks like, if that helps you get an idea.
Yes. Yeah.
Get a human face, please.
Yes, I'm getting I want to have a human face.
Well, do what you
Thank you.
because I'll show you the light. I'll show you what I did for my character, who's becoming a light frame built, as reference for how you could keep your face. And then I'll show you the light Colossus first. I mean, light frame built first.
Because my whole goal with Laz was to become Adam Smasher.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I was aware. We've been planning for this.
Yeah. My dreams are becoming real, guys.
He told you if you kept doing good stuff for him, he would do it.
He's not the mole. What the heck, man?
He still could be the mole.
As far as I believe, he's not the mole.
So here's light. It's going for you now. Here's what a Colossus looks like, and you've seen them. I might have melted Johnny's brain.
He chooses Colossus, and we just see this.
Where are you sending
I
them?
sent
Knocker,
it to
you
you in
sent them to
DMs.
me.
Oh, I
Ding
sent them to
dong.
Koi. My
You sent it to
apologies. Hold on.
Knocker, you sent it to me in DMs.
I know.
You
That's
ding
what
dong.
I just said that.
What?
I just said that.
Oh, I must have lagged behind everyone.
Yeah, well, the
I
internet's also
think,
acting up.
I thought Nakara. I heard Koi before I heard Nakara.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard it from
no,
Hey,
the
yeah.
internet's acting up, is what I'm saying.
Uh-oh.
Why?
Oh, okay.
Well, it never helps that I'm in the basement. Trapped here.
Is it warm in the basement?
No.
Where all dungeon masters are.
It's very
Knock-
cold. I have to have a
Knocker's
heater
got a
on.
heater and a heated blanket.
I haven't charged
I
the
wanna go.
blanket.
Knocker,
I want to go to the
The
cold
AC is
basement.
on, and they got their favorite music playing.
All right, hold on, Johnny.
Please do not break the glass.
Oh wait, did you send these to me before? I think I see them.
Well, I'm sending you new references just so you
Oh, very
have
good.
them. So this is what lights look like. And then Colossus is that.
Okay.
Just
Ooh.
in terms of design. And then I showed you in the first one how you could still have a head.
Yeah. I think thematically light fits Laz
Alright.
better.
Give me 1 second. Johnny taking out his wallet now that he's got to commission a new piece for Lazarus.
Yeah.
Alright. Refresh your sheet. You're a robot now.
Woo!
Oh my god.
As, yeah. He'll just hold out the scroll and everything goes dark for a bit. But when you wake up, you are fully mechanized. And we'll see how that looks.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Do I feel the presence of the parasite? Is it gone?
You kind of sense into yourself and, you don't feel it.
Oh, that is so much better.
Indeed. Oh, OBS disconnected. Luckily, we're still recording. Oh,
Oh, wait, his voice is
motherfucker.
gonna oh no, his voice is gonna have to sound
And
different.
I'm so glad I'm still recording, but holy shit, it did the thing that it does sometimes where it just disconnects Twitch.
Does his
Uh-oh.
voice really need to sound different? I don't think it does.
Yeah.
His voice had fry in it because his vocal cords were fried, burned.
Mm,
Not the vocal fry. Hey.
Yeah.
dang.
That's why I talk like this, is because his vocal cords are burned.
That's also kind of why fucking what's his face Larkspur talks like that. He got all scratchy.
Have to come up
Yeah,
with a new
Vincent
voice
used
for
to have a
Laz.
very raspy voice too because, well, his neck was sliced open.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
We
So
all have
many
very
people with
traumatic
with
injuries.
oral trauma in Null, truly.
I only inhaled a fireball.
Only.
Hold on, we're getting it reconnected.
I was
You art,
born
new
with
voice,
glass
new
bones,
character?
and I was born with glass bones and porcelain skin. Every night, I break my legs walking up the stairs, and I lie awake until my heart attacks put me to sleep.
Oh, that's just annoying. Oh, great. I gotta restart OBS. Alright.
I'm
I'll
a
have to
big
stop the recording and then redo it. Right, we're back in recording. OBS crashed, so hopefully it'll stay back on. But yeah, Laz, you are now a robot. Fully. And, your current arrangement with Mordenkainen is done? And if you're looking for more power, of course, there's always more work to be had. Hold on, it's bugging out. It's running two OBSs. I'm doing that right now. There we go. Alright, there we go. But I look forward to working with you. And your AC went up, by the way. Yes, we are. Your HP should have been updated already. No, I updated it. Oh, it reset. That's what happened. Oh, well, you were making it sound like what I had done was not the right thing, even though it was. But you went around and tinkered with your sheet. Okay, well, you never know. But, yeah, anyways. Say goodbye to your organs. He'll sell those on the black market. No, that's the other guy. But yeah, go ahead and you can play around with integration shortly, Johnny, because we're going to be getting into the item stuff. Blanche, no one comes to your room? Oh, it reset? Oh, that's what happened. Hold on. It reset your audio too, for some reason. There we go.
Would
Now we can hear you.
yeah.
would Laz have a chance to go back in
Mm.
time, or is it?
Nope. You could only do one thing.
Yep. Blanche stands up, walks out the door, spellbook in hand, looks over at Basil, and just says, "Guard the room." Uh, Basil does a little salute with his tail.
Oh,
That's adorable.
Yeah. Blanche is walking down the hall, knocks on the door.
No response.
All right then. He's going to just push it open.
No one's in there.
Fine. I will wait.
He doesn't return to the room.
God damn it. All right. Walking.
Yeah, you're sitting in his room for like hours.
Yeah. He sits in there for hours and he's like, all right, time to talk to the shifty beard man.
All right. To make it easy, you try and go to Mordenkainen's room, and there is a do not disturb sign. You knock quite a few times. There is no answer, and the door is locked.
Blanche is going to kick the door and say, Mordenkainen, you piece of shit, let me in! What are you doing to him?
And you just hear, like, there's a barrier on the door, and it absorbs the sound and bounces it back at you.
Blanche is going to off, sort of take a deep breath that he doesn't need to. He's just going to sit there
Sit where?
by the door.
He's gonna wait outside the door.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
You stamp Mordenkainen's door. Anyways,
He's
Echo.
waiting in there.
Echo.
Oh. My sweet boy.
You sit in your room and you were expecting it.
I'm just imagining Blanche just sitting out there like a college kid outside their dorm room.
Yep, but eventually you see Vecna, the aspect of humanity, appear before you, arms crossed.
Echo picks up a pillow, like a throw pillow, and throws it at him.
Goes right for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, now call him a bitch.
And then just grabs a glass off the table, throws it at him.
Goes for him, shatters.
Is that why you took me?
Of course. Are you done having a tantrum?
Throws another pillow.
Goes for him.
Maybe.
I've had enough of this, dude.
You were going to find out one way or the other. Now you know why you are so valuable. Why he would reform you as another, keep you by his side. And then ultimately, why I took you from him. Once again, you are welcome. Your fate
Yes,
would have been
thanks.
far worse had you stayed with him.
I feel like any fate is worse than the death I could have been granted.
I assume you have many questions, but the ones I can answer forthright. You are indeed Vecna. You are a shard of Vecna. You're from a different reality entirely, as opposed to him. And that's why he hates you. That's why he took you.
This isn't even where I truly don't belong here then.
Indeed. You belong to a different universe entirely. You were an accomplished archmage. You never saw the need to take over Greyhawk. You never saw the need to become a god, become a necromancer, become a lich. You made your way through the academies, the towers, the association, through hard work. You proved that you had every right to be there just as much as any old scholar or pureblood. You didn't let your flawn heritage hold you back. And that's why he hates you. You're a reminder, like me, that he didn't have to end up the way he did. Jealousy. And that's why, together, we'll destroy him and make him pay.
All this done to me because he was jealous.
Indeed. And I'm no better. I took you from him to scorn him for what he did to me.
Right. Right, because we're all just three psychopaths who can't have someone else get one over on them, right?
Very true.
Even if I wanted to return, what would be the point? Everything would be gone.
Well, yes,
Everything
because he
that-
destroyed that world.
Yeah, Echo just kind of looks up at him.
How do you think he took you? Took everything you worked hard for, everything you had achieved, and destroyed it. All to break you, to mold you into a servant, and transform you into something else entirely. It's why you are an echo. A reminder. Something that persists.
Echo's just staring a little blankly, like he doesn't look angry. He just, I think pure despair is what could be like on his face right now. Just I should be crying. I should be angry. Now I just think, what's the point?
To destroy him. Tenfold.
Destroy him and I'll see if I wish to continue on after that then.
Fair enough. And just
If anything, I'll
you can
kill
finish the
him for
sentence.
my mother.
Yep. And he just vanishes. So, you might all give yourselves the benefits of a long rest.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Oh,
Vecna's
well,
evil for a reason. He would 100% do that to himself. I don't know the reality if he found out they were happy.
Did Vecna literally just maker me?
Yep.
Yep.
Vecna's a petty little shitter.
Yeah, he's freaking
He's just a
evil.
fucking
He's the
maker. He
worst.
just did that. Oh god.
It's okay. We'll shoot him. Instead.
Mhm. But in the morning, you all gather. You don't see Blanche yet, but eventually you do as you make your way down into the sanctum. Eventually Blanche got tired of waiting by the door and went down into the foyer.
Did Blanche?
I would hope so, because that would just be very awkward.
No, he stayed waiting at Mordenkainen's door,
All right.
just asleep like the fucking doll in the waking world in Bloodborne.
Laughs
my
and
God.
you don't need to sleep.
Yeah.
Powers down.
Trance.
Well, he's not even
Rest
an elf.
mode.
Yeah, kinda.
He's in sleep mode.
Yeah, sleep mode.
He can sync up with other nearby marionettes that have whatever the fucking 3DS Fast Pass thing is enabled.
Street Pass.
Street Pass, yeah, he can sync up with other marionettes with Street Pass enabled.
But eventually, Blanche, you'll hear your allies walking down the stairs, and you'll just kind of glance down and you see kind of just sitting down, like kind of in a stasis, you'll see that Lazarus is on the couch.
Yep.
And Jonny, how would you describe Lazarus's new appearance?
Well, Laz keeps his signature hat, and the sort of the top half of his face from the jaw up is still humanoid. It still has his skin, but everything beyond that is now a sort of dark metal with a sort of like a radiant, not like a holy light, but
Iridescence.
yeah, iridescent light sort of glowing throughout the joints and the spaces in between his new metal body, and he does have a new cloak. New cloak. Gonna have a long black cloak.
Did they take your hair?
No, I keep the luscious locks. Thanks.
Okay.
Maybe a
They
little.
took my
You know what,
big hair.
Johnny,
No!
Johnny, you know what you should do? Give him a wolf cut.
You're gonna look exactly like Echo then.
No,
Please,
yours is
you
more
could.
yours is more tame. Like, give Lazarus a mullet wolf cut.
Just give Lazarus
no.
a mullet.
It's a mohawk.
Okay. Oh my
Uh,
god. You have the,
We'll see.
You have the
Yeah, you
Give
can.
cyberpunk mohawk.
Give Lazarus the Mimic special.
But he's got a long dark cloak, sort of like we was doing now, but except it's gold and black.
You had a delivery this morning. In fact, a
Oh.
box that because you've been up all night, you don't need to sleep much anymore, so you were already down here, and you had already been down here by the time that Blanche had gone to Mordenkainen's room, so you both missed each other. And the best
That's
part is,
hilarious.
Blanche, you come down the stairs after waiting at Mordenkainen's door this whole time, and Mordenkainen is already down there, like, drinking coffee in his usual little corner. But, yeah, you'll see the new and improved, Laz in front of y'all. But, Laz, you had a delivery. And in it was a new gun. As your last weapon kind of fucking broke. And I'll send you
Sure
what this
did.
looks like as well. It has the insignia of the Grey Arrow of the Mage Hunters, the Wardens, that you are a part of in Knoll. And it just says, heard you're doing some crazy shit with Vecna. Here, you've earned it. And it's signed by the Mage Hunter from Knoll. Let me find their name again. Because that would have
Say
been
his name. You won't be
that would
laughing
have been
when
your
he kills you.
that would have been your superior.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find it.
Fine.
And you know who I'm talking about, Johnny, because you play in tier.
Yeah.
Discount
Ah,
Dante.
sweet recognition.
Rios Baronet Astiel, Mage Slayer of Silkrith, head of the Wardens. And, yeah, here's your fancy new gun.
Oh, I want to see it so bad.
And, this can even be integrated into your body. So you can have a railgun arm, but this is what it looks like as its base. As you now have a Grey Arrows arcane rifle.
You could be Samus Metroid.
So, this does a couple of things. It's different from the arcane rifle that Blanche has. For one, it's an actual rifle. It's an automatic rifle. It's legendary. I've already attuned you to it. It is a spellcasting focus. It requires no ammunition, therefore it cannot misfire or break.
Let's go.
When you make an attack with this weapon, you can use your choice of dexterity int for the attack and damage rolls, but you're already using dex, so you're fine. It is a +3 rifle still, and it gives you a +3 to your spell attack rolls and save DCs. And it deals force damage instead of piercing damage, and it does 3d6 force damage additionally on each attack.
Wait, 3d6 additional force
Yep,
damage?
so
on top
2d8
of the...
plus 8 force damage from the initial shot, and then an additional 3d6 force damage from impact.
Very good.
It's very good.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing everyone come down, last one to say, hey guys.
What the fuck, lads?
Echo doesn't even really. Echo just. I don't think Echo pays attention.
Are
I have
you
had
insane? With kindest regards.
ever so slightly. I've had a really weird night.
It seems
I
like
was
it.
literally all night looking for you.
Sorry, look, on the bright side, mind control free.
Okay, that's good, because he sort of opens up his spellbook, flips through it. As it turns out, the sequester spell wouldn't be of much use. It would kind of put you in suspended animation for until I decide to end it, and, well, that's not exactly going to help us defeat Vecna.
Right. Well, good morning, everyone. And slowly but surely, the unseen servants will deliver breakfast to all of you, including the crew of the Lambent Zenith. Inda's just like kind of like behind them all. They've been discussing already, it seems. Thank you all. A little bit of a meeting before we get you all on your next step. First and foremost, who is in possession of the second rod piece?
Blanche will hold it up.
I would recommend that it not be held to just one person for each part. You could try and knit the two pieces together, but I would think it would probably be safer if another member of the party had it.
Blanche hands it over to Lazarus without hesitation.
Alright.
Laz takes it.
And we studied a bit of it, when you initially had it, to just trace its ether. And, we know the next destination. Unseen servants deliver scones and tea and coffee. Its next destination is in Eberron. Specifically further out of Eberron itself, into the nearby continent. I mean, it's on the continent of Eberron, but it's further away from any actual cities. More in a wasteland place. Tasha will... I've got it illustrial. Yes, indeed, the next piece of the rod is in Eberron. Specifically... Hold on. The continent of Corvair, in a place known as the Mournland. It is a bit of a wasteland area after the war. And specifically, it should be further in with a bunch of machines. On the slopes of Mount Ironrot.
Sounds just peachy.
Well, not quite. I mean, any wasteland after the war is torn with damaged constructs, dangerous people, mutations of all kinds. You know, just the most pleasant things.
See, we agree.
Can't be worse than what we dealt with yesterday.
That was unexpected. Moreover, Australia takeover. Yes. Now we are aware that there are indeed people that work for Vecna after you. It still seems as though Vecna's not aware of the plans to gather the rod, more so his lieutenants, such as Lord Soth, but he is, as far as we can still tell, sequestered in Kryn, guarding a piece of the rod. We don't know which one. He's also made alliances in Ravenloft. But his one follower, his champion, Ixratu Kar, a few of you have actually met her. I believe, Blanche, you have. And Lazarus, you've heard
Blanche
of
clenches
her.
his fist.
Mm-hmm.
She's a vampire, tiefling woman, crazed serial killer. She seems to be recruiting people in Vecna's name to her side. So, she's most likely trying to nip this all in the bud. I believe this is because Vecna is most likely still intently focused on his ritual.
On the subject of sequestering, I've been doing my own arcane studies over the past night, and while it won't allow me to try to hide any of our comrades and also still receive their aid, I believe as we continue to get pieces of the rod, if I can fuse them together, then I can cast the sequester spell on it and hide the rod and its whereabouts and anything of that matter from any prying eyes through divination methods of pretty much any kind.
What spell is this?
Sequester.
Where is that from?
I just saw it in as a thing I could take. Let me just hold on.
I'm assuming it's from one of the third-party sources, because that does have to get vetted.
Let me see. How do I?
I'll sequester.
There.
That doesn't tell me where it's from, but let me see. Game rules, spells, partnered content. Sequester.
Looks like it's a 2014.
Oh,
spell
it is a
from the-
PHB rule. Yeah, it is a
Yeah.
PHB spell. With a touch, you magically sequester an object. Target has an invisible condition. Oh, it wouldn't work on the rod.
Oh, why wouldn't it? Just curious, not arguing.
Things I can't talk about, but are in the book regarding the full rod itself.
I see, I see.
Too much magic in the rod already. Can't be affected by spells.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Definitely worth look into, but given the nature of the rod and all the spells it contains, it's quite powerful already. And adding an enchantment on top of it, even from a spell, can be tricky. Indeed, it could activate unintentional signals and the like. But good ideas nonetheless. We might have ways to contain it once it's fully restored, but right now, even in its scatteredness, it can only be found by the rod itself, thankfully. We only know that Soth is attending to a rod piece because when we scried on Soth, that's what we saw. Which means,
Let's focus.
the rod pieces themselves can only be found by the other rods, but they can track you through scrying the enemies can. So, that's more so what we need to worry about, is ways to protect you all from being located. Indeed!
How much longer?
Morton kind of just comes over and he's drinking coffee now and he's just watching the conversation.
How much longer do you think we have until Lord Soth becomes the only person inhabiting that vessel?
Such magics are unpredictable, but it would take weeks. We've been at this for days, so time advantage. So
You said that
I don't think we would need to worry too hard about that. We just can't take too much time for ourselves in between missions.
you said the next one is in Eberron. Blanche will then turn his gaze to Vincent. That is your old stomping grounds, yes?
You can see Vincent's face is slightly contorted. He was concerned when they initially brought up Eberron, but then it kind of faded out when they said they were going to the wastelands where no one would be around.
Yup.
Vincent just snaps up and responds, "Yeah, that's my home realm."
Hmm.
We're not going
And
to be letting you go at it alone, for whatever that's worth.
uh, you are absolutely certain that no civilization should be there, right?
It's hard to say. There might be encampments from former soldiers, the Warforged. It's kind of unpredictable. We can't really scout these places.
I suppose I have my mask and mask. Should be fine then.
If it's Warforged, I think me and Lazarus, from my studies on what those people are like, perhaps me and Lazarus can take the charge in talking.
Looks at Echo.
And Echo.
They're not gonna like that you have humanoid faces.
Well,
Very prejudiced against half
Hmm.
machines or machines that appear humanoid. So I would be very careful if you come across any Warforged.
I
They
concur.
might want to kill you. But
Yeah.
you do have some time to prepare. We can afford another 3 days. First of all, comes the matter of that, and points back, and there is a massive skull, just hanging out back here. Almost as big as a 2-story house.
Wait, where?
Just back over near the garden.
oh yeah,
God.
Yeah, from the-
maybe we could rehome that to a very large hermit.
Well,
Maybe some goblins could live in it.
That
and
too.
then of course is the items you obtained. So we're gonna get into that now. So, I gave you all the list of things you can craft from the Skull of Havok. However, another additional thing is, if you want to create something unique, instead of anything that is listed, it has to be fitted within the following themes: ooze/tar, time/anomaly, wild magic, eldritch. Those are the conditions it needs to be under to be a type of, like, it has to have one of the following themes to it if you're wanting to create something, and then you would have to give it a name. And if I approve the concept, I will make. You don't need to write out an actual item. You can write out something you're interested in, like, oh, I'm thinking a weapon that does this, or like an armor that does this, and then here's what I want to name it, and then I would actually flesh it out on abilities it could do, and then I would give it to you. And then it would be an item that only your character can have. But like I said, there's all the other items you can craft. From there, the ones that can only be crafted once is the Countdown Drive, the Deathloop Watch, Singularity, Warped Mana Hammer, Herald's Visage, and Grasp of Reality. And they can be made without attunement, but then they get base charges, or their abilities get lowered a little bit. So it's up to
Where do we
you.
see that?
There's a thread in Eve of Ruin, Jonny. that says Havok Skull Crafting.
Ah, very good.
Very good items in there. And now, getting into the items that were dropped from your lad, from your boy Havok, that you knew about. Where is it? Oh, I put it in session planning. The Helm of Disjunction, the Staff of Dark Odyssey, Bigby's Beneficent Bracelet, Deck of Many More Things, and Hither Tither Staff. I'm going to get into recommendations. For the Helm of Disjunction, this can be grafted onto Lazarus. And grafting is coming up slowly here and there. With grafting, you will be able to literally permanently etch and attach an item to someone. So example, for the Helm of Disjunction, that would literally be fused with Lazarus's body. It wouldn't look like the helm. It would like be incorporated as like metallic detailing on your head, Jonny. So like it could be under your hairline and then peek out a little bit, gilded lines on your face, stuff like that. But that means you don't have to attune to the item, because it is permanently etched into your body.
Bro, you could get the
Oh
Mel
my-
Medarda tattoos.
Oh,
God, that's so cool.
So that is a recommendation for that, is that it would be a very good fit for Laz's kit, and getting it grafted into his body, which one also means you can never get it taken away, and it can never be removed, is just on you. And then you get to reap from its benefits when it's able to. And it doesn't fuck you up, because you yourself are magical. For
Right.
the Bigby's Beneficent Bracelet, I heavily recommend you sell that. They have contacts, the Wizards 4, especially Inda and the others, and you guys know some shopkeeps in Sigil that would buy that for a pretty penny, specifically 100,000 gold pieces. Unless someone wants it. The Staff of Dark Odyssey, I heavily recommend for Echo. The Deck of Many More Things, I also recommend be held in Echo's possession, but be used as a group, but it must be agreed by Koi/Echo to allow someone to pull from the deck.
Not gonna why are you're literally saying babysit this?
Yep.
Oh my god.
The Hither Tither Staff I recommend giving to Blanche. And that's what I recommend we do with those items. But it is up to you. What would you like to do with them?
I mean, I'm biased for the grafting, guys.
I mean, I would be too.
I mean, I'm alright with that, because that means we have a good item on someone who can use it.
I would that too.
I think selling the bracelet is a good idea if no one actually wants it.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
good.
Are we
Per-
all full on attunements right now?
Most of you are, yes.
Yeah, I am.
Mm,
I'm full, but I can also make adjustments, because, like, I don't think I'm going to get as much use out of the wings as I thought I would.
The bracelet wouldn't
Vincent
really
is
do
good.
much for you.
But not the bracelet. but
Yeah. But yeah, and because it's an artifact is why you would get a really good amount back on that.
Yeah, we could probably do more with
Yeah.
the 100k than we could with the bracelet.
Yeah, Vincent needs new armor.
And that, divided amongst all of you, is 16,666 gold. Which is always nice. Gold is very good. Okay, so definitely selling the bracelets, so we don't even have to RP that. You know your guys. Like the one guy, the tiefling. easily sell it to him, and he'll go in through his contacts and get that sold and get that money to you, so you may all add 16,666 gold pieces to your inventory. Now for the Staff of Dark Odyssey, is everyone in agreement of giving that to Echo?
Huh?
Yeah.
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 Oh. Are you guys all just saying yes?
Because it's
Yes.
a good item in your possession. It has Pass Wall, Banishment, Blink, Misty Step, and Teleport. You just have to use charges
Someone
on
just
it.
Photoshop Echo's face on Mrs. Puff in front with all her stuff.
Deck of Many More Things. Holding that as a party, but with Echo as the holder of the item itself.
If someone else wants to hold it, please speak up, like Octavia.
Oh, that would actually be a good one to give it to.
Do we want the deck, guys?
Why not?
I mean,
You see how Winds of Chaos is winning. Maybe for Laz it'll be different, Johnny. Maybe for Laz it'll be different.
No, I don't. I'm good, actually. Laz has everything he's ever wanted right now. He's good.
get out of my head.
Laz is having a great time. He's having a great time right now.
Yeah, either
not
Echo
pulling from
or
that deck.
Octavia would be the best holders
Or
of that.
or whoever wants it, Vincent. Vincent's good and responsible.
Does Vincent want the deck?
He can hold on to it. He has the most storage.
Alright, Deck of Many More Things is... I'll add that to your inventory, and you can refresh your sheet. Hither Tiddler
You'll never
Staff
know.
for Blanche.
What were you gonna say, Astiel?
You'll never know which bag of holding it's in. And
Ah.
God forbid.
Staff.
You can look in
If-
the body bag if
You just pull out the deck and it's just covered in blood.
You just hide the deck inside of one of the many corpses in your body bag.
Vel might
Good luck
accidentally eat it
trying
in
to
an
find
emergency,
it.
though.
Alright,
Uh-oh.
I'll add that to your inventory,
God.
Astiel. But yeah, okay, I added the staff to your inventory, Koi, and the staff to your inventory, Blanche. And Astiel, I've added the Deck of Many More Things to your inventory. So do with that what you will. Alright, so that takes care of those items. Does anyone know what items they want to craft from that list for the Havok Skull?
I believe I do.
What
Wait,
would
do
you...
we each get to craft one?
Do we each
Yeah,
get one?
you can each craft an item from the skull.
Oh,
It's
It's
just
a
that
massive skull.
there's enough. Yeah, it's the size of a 2-story house. There's enough to go around. That's why there are so many items that can be made from it, is because it's that big. Lapis already had, and you can make more than one item. It's just only certain items can be made once, such as like the very powerful ones. Those are the ones that can only be made once. So
well, I'm not missing an arm or.
I mean, you could be. You could take one off.
I could take one off on purpose. I was tempted. But...
Yeah, and you don't have to attune to it in that case. Because my
Take off my arm.
prosthetics don't need to be attuned to because it's a stupid
Yeah.
rule. We'll go down the line alphabetically. Blanche.
Yep.
You have an idea of a custom item.
I do.
Maybe on that one. I will have to look through the logistics because it wouldn't be Dunamancy. It would be more so. That would be akin to a Wand of Wonder.
Yeah, my thought for why it would be Dunamancy is to try to fall in line with the time anomaly thing.
Nah, Dunamancy spells are very, very powerful. But yeah, that would lean into a Wand of Wonder if you wanted to do something like that. But I believe you had your eye on an item.
Yes, I was looking at the Appraiser's Eye, but maybe getting it to be a little bit more in line with Blanche's aesthetics. So he's gonna...
Yeah, it can look like whatever you want it to look like. That's not an issue.
Yeah, he's gonna sort of pop off the crystal rose eye patch and sort of show off the shattered eye and say, I think I might need to craft myself a new eye.
Yep, no worries. Go ahead and add that to your inventory. Bypass attunement, you'll just have those things available to you, basically.
Yeah.
And then, like, you can only use those so many times because of the
Yeah.
thing. So it
Yeah,
works out.
I think how it turns out is Blanche sort of removes the eye patch briefly, just sort of hooks his finger and pops his whole ass eye out, gets is missing has a full empty socket while he's getting that eye crafted, and then he just pops it back in there like nothing happened.
Yep. All right. Anything else you're wanting to craft from the skull?
I really do like Singularity, but I don't know if there's anything I want to give up attunement for.
As mentioned, with Singularity, that would be it would just have its abilities lowered if you didn't attune it.
Yeah, I'll take that then.
Okay. That is the. Did anyone else have their eye on Singularity? Just to make sure. I think we're good on Singularity then. Alright. We'll get back to you. We'll make the rounds again, just double check if anyone else has anything they're looking at. Echo, what would you like to make from the skull?
I don't know if Echo would want to craft anything for himself. Gosh, can you send me a link to the thingy?
What?
I thought you gave us a list of what we could craft from the
Yeah,
skull.
it's in Eva Ruin. It's all the way up, but like people have
Oh,
talked
okay,
already.
it wasn't loading.
It's a threat. Well, you were doing that on your phone earlier.
Yeah.
You can open up the thread, Havok skull crafting, and it's all there for you. I'll forward it.
No, I'm seeing it now.
Okay, yep, there's a lot in there. I'll make my way back to you then, since you haven't really looked at it. Jonny, what would Laz want?
Oh, I'm so torn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm torn between the countdown drive and the grasp of reality.
Those are pretty
I
good.
Yeah.
I'd recommend the countdown
Hey,
drive.
If
Was
we
there-
go countdown drive and grasp of reality, we could just move these two items around because those are two items I had my eye on too.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can craft them, and they can be interchanged with people. So let's just say, okay. Now, do you want the countdown drive to require attunement? And in this case, it would have 6 charges instead of 3. And the DC would be equal to your spellcasting modifier, like your spell save DC, instead of a flat 15. Or do you want it without attunement and have it only 3 charges with the DC 15?
Ooh.
Attunement would be
That's-
really good.
Yeah, but what could I unattune? I can't unattune my amulet of health because that's why I have HP at all.
I mean, well, we'll be getting into something. You have, once again, the opportunity to get an ASI coming up. I'll be talking about it after loot and crafting. So,
Okay, I'll take the countdown drive with attunement.
Okay, and then grasp of reality, which can be worn as gauntlets, like arm pieces, or as prosthetics. Do you want those to require attunement or not?
What are the benefits for keeping attunement? Is it all just the same?
DCs go up. They go equal to your spell save DC. Damage goes up. And hold on, let me see. You get more than one use. So it gets 2 uses per dawn or dusk.
Does this work with dual attack weapons, or is it just unarmed? There's a part here that says, if you hit a creature with attacks from both prosthesis on the same turn, the creature takes an extra 1d4 force damage from the second attack.
Those would be from the prosthetics themselves, because prosthetics have weapon traits from Loot Tavern.
Alright.
Yeah, so those would be from purely that.
And if Laz were to have these, would they be like something Laz could use without attunement? Just have it grafted on?
Yes, he could get those grafted on, but that would take up a huge chunk of how many more things he can graft to. Because there is limits on what you can graft to, similar to arcane tattoos.
Do I know these limits?
You will. You'll feel it.
Okay.
It's also dependent on the
Yeah.
rarity of each item. You already have a legendary that you're grafting to your body. So,
Yeah.
yeah. This would
I
probably
want to
take
go
up...
cyber psycho.
This would probably... To go in the term, this would probably put you on the edge of that. If you grafted those into your arms.
Go into cyber psychosis.
Yeah.
Simple.
Could I graft the countdown drive?
No.
Okay.
I think I know
I mean,
what I
what
want.
if you
Oh,
need
good.
someone else to hold it, too?
Yeah, that's like the big factor there is
Yeah.
that's something that can be used by multiple people.
My spell save is really high. What is
Because yeah,
Does
you
Vincent have a
you
spell
just
save?
got yeah, Vincent does, he's an artificer.
what's your spell save, Vincent?
18.
Mm-hmm. Yours just got a
Mine's
boost from your rifle,
20.
Johnny.
Yeah, mine's 20 right
And
now.
Lapis, that was another thing I fixed that because I noticed there was an error in the base arcane rifle, which you have. It was
Oh.
I forgot to add the +1 to your spell save. It was only doing a +1 to your spell attacks, so your spell attack is updated too. Your
Like,
DC is 21.
Also, I couldn't find singularity in the inventory when searching
I
it.
haven't made it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these are also some
Uh,
of these are things I have to port. So I'll be making that in
Knocker.
between. All right, yeah.
Oh, am I able to do the Guardian's Reliquary?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, that's what Echo would craft. Kind of.
And once again, you don't
Yeah,
have to attune to that because
What do you mean? I can. That's strong. It's very rare. I can attune.
okay.
If without attunement, it's just a normal arm.
Eh,
With attunement, it has the abilities. That's how that works.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, also you know how I am with when it comes to prosthetics, but I am getting more.
That's how
Normal.
it works.
Okay, but all right. Was there anything else Echo you wanted to craft?
I thought I could only craft one thing.
No, you can craft a couple of things. There are only certain things that cannot be made more than once.
Mm,
The things that can't be
I-
made more than once is the countdown drive, which was already made.
I saw.
Yep.
I see. Then no, not really anything that I could just constantly use.
Do you want any recommendations of what I think would be good for your character?
I mean, I can't really use any of it. I have so much stuff
Well, what I was going to
that I'm not
recommend.
the unattuned from.
No, what I was going to recommend are things that don't require attunement, such as the Potion of Planar Infusion, which all of you could make one. And then the Astral Caltrops, which don't require attunement. Those are just an item, a consumable.
Hmm. I don't
You can also think
know.
about it because there's no.
It's a lot of really strong stuff, and I don't really.
You can think about it still. So like even not in this
Yeah,
session.
I don't really.
Because
Yeah.
this skull's gonna be here for a while. I'll let you know when you're starting to run out of materials. Octavia. What did you want to cook? Blake, are you there? Are you muted, Blake?
I think Blake's gone.
Blake's been gone a while then. What the heck? Okay, we'll move over to you, Vincent. Vincent, what do you want to make?
The grasp of reality.
All right, anything else you would like to make?
Hmm. I'm looking.
I am also appreciating the restraint from everyone not literally taking the victor mask.
We don't even really talk that much anyway. We're just hacking and slashing our way through most of the time.
I mean, yeah. Mainly for that Gios ability.
Hmm. Yeah, it's strong, but also, who would be the kind of person to use it, though?
I don't know.
A lot of people in this party have trauma to being mind controlled.
Fair.
Yeah.
Like at least 75%.
You don't, you like don't want to waste the skull, right? So, just looking through. Oh my god.
And also, if you can do me a favor, if you guys can write down in session planning, or even the Havok skull crafting page, what items you are wanting that need to be ported. So for you, Lapis, that's singularity. And then I'll be making grasp of reality as well. So like, just write those down so I can track them better. Once you've told me what you want to make. Anything else that you would want, Vincent?
The Tempest Eye Core would be good to attach to one of Vincent's spider legs.
Mm-hmm. What kind of weapon? Because it can be any sword.
Let me see. What Vincent got proficiencies in. Oh, everything. I mean, a scimitar.
Okay.
It just makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes up to 1d8 anyway.
Mm-hmm. Right, perfect. So just write that down. Anything else at the moment that you can think of?
Nothing right now.
All right. Kat, what are you interested in cooking?
Well, I want those fallen star blades personally.
Uh-huh.
The answer to everything is more violence, obviously.
Okay. So that's one thing
I
you
was
would
also-
like to make?
I'm also willing to give up an arm for the reliquary.
Oh, the reliquary is taken up. I forgot to write that down.
I didn't know if that was one or not. Yeah,
that's
I had
definitely
assumed
that's definitely a oneer. I forgot to write
Yeah,
it.
no, I had assumed.
Mm-hmm.
Bell become Radon.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the second one should be because. I'm sorry. The what? I was looking at the weird arm creature.
Oh yeah, that. The brute slinger.
Am I just gonna be like weird, covered in strange, goopy things now? Cause
Yeah.
you know what? That looks funny. I want that.
Okay.
Biopunk.
There you go.
Are you covering yourself in weird strange goopy things.
You know-
And
Stop
for
it.
that one, you get the highest tier, which is the very rare. The third image is what you get now attached to your arm. So that's something.
Vel and Vincent
That's
just-
something you can already add. That is already created. So go ahead and add a Broodslinger
All right.
very rare variant.
Will do.
Anything else you would like to
That's-
make at this time?
Gross.
No.
I
Alright.
love it.
Hi Blake,
I'm
welcome back.
I'm restraining myself.
Yeah, sorry, I had to handle some things.
What would you
Vincent
like to
and Vel
make?
just-
How many can I make? How many things can I make?
Anything as long as it's not one of the ones that it can only be made once.
I can only
So
do-
I'm updating the list.
Okay.
So, countdown
question.
drive was taken.
Is the big hammer been taken yet?
No, it hasn't.
Okay, good. Okay, that's okay. We'll see what else.
So that's still available. I'm marking. If you look in the thread, you'll notice I'm editing
Oh, I
what
see now.
has
Yep,
been
yep, yep,
taken.
yep, yep.
What do you call it? The reliquary cannot be made anymore because Koi got it. So I deleted that
That's
one.
fair.
All
Okay.
right.
Wait, the what?
The
What did I
relic.
take?
You took the guardian reliquary, the arm.
Oh, yeah, I thought it made sense because I
No,
don't
you're
have
good.
to chop off
No,
my
you're good.
arm or anything.
You just pop it
know,
in the.
it-
I
it-
forgot to
it-
remember. I forgot to write that as a list item.
Oh.
So yeah. What would you like to make, Blake?
Probably that fucking big ass hammer.
The Jace hammer. Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean,
That's
I mean,
literally
it's
what it
not-
is. Yep. Okay. So you want the the mono warped hammer? Hell yeah.
Yeah. we got it.
Do you want it attuned or non-attuned? Because remember, what will happen if it's
I would like-
non-attuned, it will be the
Wait,
base that you see there. But if you have it attuned, the charges go up to 6 instead of 3, and then the DC is equal to your Blood Hunter save DC for that, so it scales with you.
I would make it attuned because I like more charges.
All right, and your warping beam damage is higher.
Oh yeah, thank you.
It's
yeah,
that's gonna
damage
be that is going to be for that one it on a hit, that is going to be 4d6 instead of 1d6 force damage, and then when you reduce a creature of C1 or CR1 or higher to 0 hit points with one of these attacks, each creature within 30 feet must make that save and take 3d10 psychic damage.
Okay.
So, in the thread, everyone's gonna write what they are picking that needs to be made still. Your hammer is one of the things I will be making in between sessions.
I'll just type it.
Thank you. What else would you like to make?
I don't know.
You can be like me and just go, I don't know. Let me think on it.
Well, yeah, you
Okay,
don't have you have this skull's gonna be here a while. So because you can you were also gone for the thing. If you want to make something custom, that is also possible. It has to fit within the themes of ooze, tar, time anomaly, wild magic, eldritch, or astral. You kind of give me an idea of something you're wanting, give it a name, and then I will make a unique item based on the parameters that you gave, and then I will give that name so only you get that item.
Can I get cheeky and warp the mental spell resistance to make it a bit freaky?
Yeah, you could. So just send me in DMs something you're thinking about, and we can
Okay.
update
We'll
that.
hash some ideas.
Yep. Especially because
Yeah,
you can
I
add the bony bits and the weird fucking shit to it.
Bony bit, tentacles. I'll get creative with it.
Yeah, guys, everyone's getting upgrades now, so your guys' next level art, which is going to be at 15, you guys are going to look so very interesting.
I do so much damage, guys. It's disgusting.
My
Yeah.
save DC is so high.
Honestly, the Brood Slinger is going to be interesting. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to use it, but I wanted to get the weird shit.
Look, it's good to get it because you never know for that one moment where it's going to be clutch. You're like,
Wait till
oh,
it starts
I have-
talking to you or something.
What was the helmet called that I'm gonna?
the
be
Helm of
crafting?
Disjunction.
Oh
Um,
yeah, that.
Yeah, Johnny's getting it grafted to him, so it's permanently fused to his body without
Well,
attunement.
that
That's
for
horrifying.
the for the magic item, disjunction, would that destroy my allies' potions?
Yes.
Would it destroy them if they were in a bag of holding?
I
No.
think it would roast the bag of holding.
The bag of holding would become disenchanted for a moment, so nothing could be pulled out of it. So,
Wouldn't be destroyed, at least.
yeah, it would be in there, so it wouldn't destroy them.
Oh, actually, if I was holding it, it wouldn't be affected.
Yeah, if you're holding items, they don't get affected. That's also why I
Excellent.
said if you use it, you're not gonna just your heart's not gonna stop beating.
Give me all of your potions now.
I'll start thinking of some ideas. I guess
Yep.
kind of give me like a, hey, you can, like just kind of give me like a.
Yeah,
like,
throw
hey,
out
you
throw
can
out
do
some
this.
things you think you would want it to do, and then
Mhm.
like ideas, because like I'm already getting a few people giving me some ideas of custom things. So yeah.
What I thought of like a bonus action, like it kind of as like a semi rage ability that gives me some resistances, possibly.
Something we could work out, yeah.
Yeah, like
For the
like,
custom item, you can only make one custom item each.
Okay.
But yeah, like your mantle, you could really play around with that.
Yeah, we can upgrade it, make it cool. Yeah. We'll talk about
Yup. All right. That's it for now. And like I said, message me and then type in the Havok skull crafting thread the items that need to be made. So I don't forget, and then I'll have those ported and added to your sheet so they'll be on there for next session. All right. To the next point of business. There's also something you could take care of here in Sigil. There's a bit of a problem. If you wanted extra capabilities or the like. There is a Baylor on rampage in a sequestered district. They've opened up a domain and it's blocking traffic. Even the Lady of Pain can't fully deal with it at this time, and given my good relationship with her, she asked if I knew anyone that would deal with it on her behalf, which would equate to a boon.
Gaining her favor would be good.
Indeed.
Yeah, but bit of training to sell the new weapons, all that.
Alright, so deal with that probably tomorrow. Or before you head to Eberron. So within the next 3 days. And, that's about it on our end. Regarding your friends here, looking at Inda. Well, it's gonna be some time before we have a new ship. Especially over here in Sigil. A few of us would like to offer our services to you all. Help out here at the Sanctum and the like, and it seems like you're gathering a little army. Some of us will be on our way, specifically Zastra, Lyson, Sirit, Vana, Figaro, and Kelvin. They are going to be taking care of things in Sigil, getting their ship started, get a new crew. So they will not be present. Of the people that are staying, is Renton, Amaya, Davris, and Ikasa, but Cadis will still have to be persuaded through combat.
Oh yeah.
I will be waiting for a challenge.
Go get him, Tin
Good.
Man.
Gonna go ahead and hang there. Yep,
I
so...
really want.
And Kaisera will be staying here as a chef.
Family.
I
Mhm.
really want another excuse to duel someone. I haven't dueled someone since Ashling.
But yeah, so Inda, Amaya, Renton and Davris can be taken on missions.
Neat.
Yup.
Wow.
Plus, Inda's just like leaning over the couch. There are quite a few interesting people here, and she's looking at Illustrial's wife, Echo, Vincent,
Oh
with
boy.
keen eyes.
This
Wait, what about Echo? Sorry, I'm...
Inda's like another reason she's staying is because she finds a few of you attractive.
Echo kind of looks back at Inda and just like gives a very kind of, I would say, just gives like, it's not flirty, but just gives a wink.
it's just a basic wing.
It's a what?
It's just so it's a wing. Octavia, Echo, something wrong with your eye? It's looking a little twitchy.
Everyone laugh. He
Wait,
doesn't have Riz.
You don't need to coddle me. I know it wasn't funny. I get it. I'm not funny. I get it.
okay then. Sorry, I know what you need. If I can find it.
Oh, okay. See.
Oh no.
Oh, I don't know where it went. Oh, there we go. Found it.
Oh.
I think you meant to say mommy.
Oh my.
Oh no, I remember that.
But yeah, so they'll be around, and if you want to take on missions, you can. We're building up a little base, everyone.
No.
We're gonna have to upgrade the sanctum soon, then. I'll be working on that then. That'll be exciting. But yes, no, we appreciate the company and the aid. I think we could benefit from more allies. Personally, I find it a little... It's getting stuffy, and I say that in a space that far exceeds in points, you know, because the ceiling kind of never fucking ends. Like, that's why the skull could fit in here. This is, like, extraplanar space. I think we will have to update that for sure, then. But, that's all that we have for you. 3 days until you set off for Eberron to find the third piece of the rod, and, take care of any business.
While we have everyone in the same room, can I do something, Dan?
Sure, what?
I want to cast Locate Object on the cloak of the person that stabbed me.
Sure.
Oh.
Oh joy.
It's not.
It
it's not on
was
my
me,
sheet.
Batman!
It was you.
I did.
Yeah, I swapped out.
Display the spell for me, please.
I
God,
swapped
it's
out
gonna be
Find
really
Traps.
awkward if it was, in fact, Noir that did it, and it pings on me.
The spell that would- if Noir stabbed me, we're gonna have a conversation.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, it wasn't me, so what do I have to do with it?
Locate object. Baba Booey.
Oh boy.
Thank you. You kind of reach out using your magic, and you sense nothing.
Okay, they disposed of it. Smart.
You seem to be concentrating awful hard, lass.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to find the person that stabbed me.
The person who what?
Oh right.
You can't talk about that.
Oh. Still?
That wasn't,
Okay,
that
never
wasn't the
mind.
parasite.
Oh.
Yeah,
The
very
parasite
much
prevents you from talking about why you're getting controlled. The person that stabbed you put you under a different magical effect.
Oh, that son of.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Slaps,
So I can talk
slaps
about-
Lazarus. This guy can fit so many curses.
So I can talk about being controlled. I can't talk about why I'm controlled.
Yes, you can talk about the parasite freely now, because
Okay.
for all intents and purposes,
I love that
you know of,
Laz is-
it's gone.
I love that Laz's whole personal plot line just feels like he's being gaslit the entire time.
It is.
It's my favorite thing.
Laz will say, I'm trying to figure out what happened with that parasite and how it got here.
Indeed, I already told the other mages, but we dealt with that,
Echo-
as you can see. Pointing at Mordenkainen will point at Lazarus. I used some of my
Echo-
magics to help Lazarus be protected.
Yeah. Echo will
point?
gesture towards Vincent and just say, if you want answers, Vincent seems quite knowledgeable on things such as that.
Hmm.
Well, thankfully, the parasite is dealt with, but it seemed, as I told Lazarus and the other wizards, it is of a nature similar to my time in the Dread Domain, specifically Barovia, the power of Ravenloft. There are dark gifts that can be given. Those gifts can also be curses. I was under a specific curse in my time and imprisoned by Strahd. It was not fun. Those are hard to really find in a person, even if you're using the proper spells. But we caught it, and I helped Lazarus become what he is now, so I think it worked
Blanche's-
out.
Blanche is clenching his fist, fighting so hard to not make fun of fucking Mordenkainen.
Understandable. Let
All
nerd let him
right.
go.
Well, I think that's a proper meeting adjourned. Good talk. And of course, as always, if you need anything, we're all here. And there might be a little bit of construction while you're away. Everyone will get up, like in Veilguard, when you're done having a meeting about Solus, and walk away.
Isn't it weird how they all get up at the same time?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I just assume it's just weird mage things.
I think they practiced that probably when we're not here.
Yeah, definitely rehearsed.
Do you think they're a hive mind?
Maybe.
Nah, Mordenkainen's too much of a dick to do a hive mind thing.
You all
Or
notice
maybe he's
that
just much of a dick to do it.
a thing you definitely notice is Cadus just goes onto that pedestal and turns into a statue,
Oh, that's neat.
basically waiting for you guys to approach him.
Okay, Goliath.
Do you
I'm
think he
gonna
wants to fight all of us at
start
once,
with.
or do you think we can
All of
challenge
you
him
at
to an honor-
once.
Yeah,
Damn it.
it's all at the same time.
Got you.
With full
Aw.
confidence, he would wreck your shit 5 ways to Sunday, Lapis. You would only last a round.
Yeah, that's right, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
those
look at-
guys don't
you
fuck
look at-
around.
Look at Cadus over there and tell me that Nakara didn't make him ace just to spite me.
No, I did spike Koi.
Yeah, you see? You see?
Yeah.
Here's a new hot NPC. They're ace, aren't they, Nakara? They're ace. Oh, okay.
Good stuff.
Ace people exist. I appreciate the representation.
I do. I just think it's very funny that consistently every character that I would like to romance is just this man's
Unavailable.
ace, and it's like, okay.
Oh
I'm
no,
not
that's
going to-
happened to me too.
Like, okay, I'm not gonna bark up the wrong tree that, there's
Trust
not
me,
getting any fruit
Koi
from
really
it, but...
wanted to romance the fox, the Kitsadria merchant, but can't. It taunts them.
Sad.
Yeah. He's cute.
One day.
All right. I leave it to you guys.
Well-
can you- oh, go ahead.
What do we want to do?
Oh.
Well, we've got 2 fights. Cadus and the Baylor in the street.
Who?
Baylor.
This guy.
That's
and
Kate.
Baylor.
Yep, there's a Baylor in Sigil that's causing a bit of a ruckus.
Oh.
Does anyone not know what a Baylor is?
I don't. Above
I know
board.
what it is. I want to fight.
I know what it is above board. Yeah.
Upboard, I'm familiar. I don't know if like Octavia's ever.
Octavia. Well, everyone can roll religion check. Octavia with advantage because it's a fiend.
Yeah, finally. What is the? Okay, I swear some of these dice feel heavier than they are.
They are. They have a physics
Also, the
engine.
Baylor did get hotter in the
So they all
new
roll
Monster
differently,
Manual.
Blake.
They made it hotter?
Yes, they did.
I don't like them.
Yeah, it is a custom physics engine, so they all roll differently.
Okay, because yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is these single dice are so. They're just heavy. I'm like, this isn't right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I was like, am I going crazy? Because I know also the Ember, like those.
Yes, some of them. So they all have different things, and they have their own physics engine. So the number isn't calculated before it's rolled; it's calculated once it finishes rolling.
Okay, I'm just rolling a
Yeah.
random d20 to try to move to more dice. That Sanguine dice game, I don't want the Sanguine dice. Go away. It's a 19 though. Cool. Anyways,
Yeah.
Sarah, I'm good.
I know that feeling. I thought it was insane, so I'm not insane. So it actually.
All right,
Hmm.
a Baylor.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, they got
Hi.
hotter.
So cool.
Hi.
Also known as
We
a
have
demon
to stop
of
the Baylor, not
overwhelming
flirt with it.
rage.
What?
They are fiend demons. So they're demons, not devils. They are known for their ruinous fury and hatred. They are huge. They are warlords that control a signature pair of weapons: a sword of crackling lightning and a whip of lashing flames. A Baylor's fury persists until the moment of its demise, at which point it explodes. A last act of vengeance against those who slew it. Demon lords and evil gods harness Baylor's rages by making Baylor's commanders of armies and guardians of grave secrets.
Well, at least they don't guard crypt secrets, or then we'd be in real trouble.
Yeah.
Probably switch to the right dice. Jesus Christ, it took forever.
But yeah, no, yeah. Octavia, you are very familiar with Baylors. They are not fun.
They're not fun.
You've never fought
We wanna
one,
wait
but
till-
your family has.
Do we want to wait until we get our new weapons and gear ready before we take on that sucker, or do you
Yes.
want? Are we just wait?
Yes, you might want to.
Okay. let's wait then.
Hold on, I
Yeah,
might
okay,
actually
then.
have. Hold on.
Oh,
Give me one
So-
second. Did I keep
I
him?
think Blanche is holding his previously cracked eye in his hands and says, "Does anyone want this by any chance, or should I just dispose of it?"
I'll hold on to it. I can make something out of it, like a little
Alright.
like necklace or like a little like memento.
Yeah, he'll hand it over.
Echo just kind of sighs and just says, "So all of you are fine with who I am."
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're you.
if you're different, if
You're-
you're a different shard, you're a different person. Why should I give a shit?
Hmm?
You haven't given me any reason. I mean, aside from my crash out to distrust you, and even then, that was a flaw on my part.
And Illustrial
far
will
as I'm
chime in
concerned-
too. Oh, go ahead.
As far
Is
as
there
I'm
like a big-
concerned, you're just Echo.
Indeed.
Is there a big wall, a mirror somewhere on this floor?
No. That's only
Do not
upstairs.
put a mirror in front of it.
Illustrial will just look at you, Echo. And like Blanche's associate Salazar, there are shards of people that are far more evil in their prime iteration, and you're not one of them. Salazar was not one of them. Salazar is a victim of his own shard, and it seems that you might also be the same. I have no reason to distrust you, and neither does anyone else.
Alright.
Octavia will kind of put a hand on her shoulder. It's something my ancestor warden would say to some people. Despite everything, it's still you.
Get out.
I knew you were gonna do it.
Octavia just dies again.
Well, she's too determined to die.
Ugh.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to do it when you said near. I was like, nah.
Oh
I was gonna
boy.
do a whole.
But yeah,
Echo just kind of sighs, a little relieved, but still a little tense, and just kind of is. I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah.
And then
Same.
afterwards,
fair.
If I have-
Afterwards, I do hope you'll continue to journey on.
if I find places to go.
Well, it's a big, wide universe out there.
And yet I have no
Sweet
home.
roll says.
Blanche fucking jumps back.
Oh yes, he's learned how to randomly teleport. I don't know how.
What? No, I put sweet roll there.
No. Get with the bit.
Yeah, Echo will just kind of
And then you
pick
blink.
up sweet roll.
You blink Echo before you pick him up, and he's already in your lap. You didn't even feel him walk into your lap.
You know what? At least it can't mimic human speech. That would be quite frightening.
At least it can't mimic human speech.
Oh, great!
Yeah, it's known it can do that.
This is a really fucked up Kenku right now.
Yep.
Good to know.
I mean, they
Echo,
can eat things too. and
Sweetroll
mimic
is just
them.
the best.
Echo just kind of has him on his lap and then just kind of does that thing where you bury your, like if you have a cat, you bury your face in their like.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
fluff.
Yeah, Echo's not even responding. Echo's just doing that.
Yup.
Sweet rolls Echo's baby.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet
Like
roll
your
is the
fur
choice to baby.
or-
I will commit war crimes to save Sweetroll.
I'm sure we all
I will
would.
commit war crimes to save Lazarus.
I will commit war crimes.
I've only known Sweet Roll for a couple
Sweet Roll
sessions, but I
blinks.
know him-
Sweet Roll brings one eye at a time.
I've only
Yeah,
known
he
Sweet Roll a
would.
couple sessions. But everything ever happened to him, I kill everybody in this campaign and then myself.
Just-
Vincent
all-
is the war criminal.
Vincent, you walked off. Hello again.
Hello, I'm not good at this introduction thing, but I've gone through changes, and I
I know.
wanted to get your opinion. I don't know a lot about rots and nature. It seems like the antithesis of everything that I've researched. I said yes because, well, we needed as much help as we could get, and I couldn't turn down the offer. But what does the rotten mean?
It
That means
depends
you
on.
smell like mushrooms.
It depends on where you go. Rot is a natural part of the cycle of life and death. There are entities out there like the one it seems you've tied yourself to. That one is from my home plane. The one I share in common with a few of your friends over there. No.
Yeah, I haven't spent a lot of time here. I'm not aware of everything. I'm still just trying to figure out if this is gonna work in the long run.
Dark power can go one of two ways. You can fall into its temptations, or you can use it, despite its ill intent, for good.
That's what I've been thinking about. How do I turn rot around into something that can help people? I've been trying to wrap my head around it for hours.
It is a necessary part of life for things to decay, even from my homeworld, where everything turns into crystal when it's gone. It
We
keeps the
had
cycle
something
going.
We had a similar crystal, but it was more specific.
Hmm.
Vivianite, it was called.
Interesting. Be weary of who gave you those powers. In Null, they are considered one of the worst gods of the Dark Pantheon. They have the most twisted of origins, and the most twisted of acts under their name. They were once twins, sorcerers. It was in the early days of our world where magic was still being fully discovered. The world was barely established as it was. No large cities, no large societies. Their sorcery was seen as witchcraft, unnatural magic. They were feared. So they were brutally beaten, burned alive, and their bodies were thrown into a shallow grave. They fused together. And their hatred, their anger, and channeling the natural magics within their bodies, they created their own power and ascended into gods. They gained mastery over decay. They cursed those that wronged them with bloodlines of rot and misfortune. They even attacked the lands with their own creation. A prince, their vessel, it was destroyed along with the high priestess that commanded it and the coven that they had also gained. There are still those that follow Udbris, either out of blind admiration, stupidity, or vile, ill intent. Some might not realize just how dangerous they are. There are those that idolize the gods for what they represent. But that idolization is misplaced. The DM looks at every player. Stop loving them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That and their
Alright,
warped
has a character plan for them.
that and their warped bond with one another. They are one, yet they are two. They are unlike any other god. Be careful when dealing with them, especially in the form that I see. My eyes can see many things, as well as through the illusion that they placed. But without decay, certain things do not thrive. Bacterias, the land does not feed and grow. It is a beautiful thing, decay, but it is something that must be held at arm's length.
Reminds me. A friend of mine from ages ago once told me about how the hypothesis that trees, after they rot, become homes to the animals and food for the plants around them. I was wondering if I could use that in a similar way. Use rot to nurture things. I suppose I can see why Udbris had taken such an interest in me now. But I'm also not one for blind faith. The gods have long since failed me a long time ago. It sounds dark, but being a human, you have to prepare for the inevitability that you're not gonna be around. Should I ever fall down into that madness where hurting people has now become something I'm okay with, then I'd rather not continue and allow someone else to take over my research. I know I've hurt people in the past for the sake of that research, for selfish gain, to see progress in my timeline before I go. But I'd rather go early than become the kind of person that's okay with that.
Good. I'm sure you'll understand things as they come to you.
Yeah, I was hoping to talk to someone else about another hypothesis, but I was thinking, as you were telling me about this bloodline curse and how people's bodies would decay, if I could combine that with the power of life, could it make something better? There are some medical mysteries I cannot understand or cannot even begin to think of a cure for. But if I could use this power to make a new kind of medicine I didn't consider, then at least I'll have that going for me.
It's not impossible. I'm more of the natural world. Not the physical, not the scientific.
Yeah.
But nothing is impossible if you do your best and do what you can.
Yep. That's the mindset that's kept humans' heads high.
All right. So, we're at time. So start thinking about what you want to do. With your RP, downtime activities, you have 3 days. And then you'll have the optional fight with Cadus, and then you can deal with the Baylor. You can do it in any order that you desire. But we will pick up there next time. With your brand new toys. And Jonny will have brand new art.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.